Hello, and welcome to Global Business English. My name is Angela McCallum, and I'm your teacher from the University of Miami. When you meet someone for the first time, we usually begin with a greeting. For example, how are you? Or good morning. My name is Angela. Next, we usually ask the person what country they're from and what they do. In today's presentation, you will learn how to meet and greet colleagues and ask about their nationality and their occupation. In business situations, people often exchange business cards. Your business card usually has the name of your company, your job title, and your contact information. Let's look at this first business card together. Sergey Ivanov. Where is Sergey from? Sergey Ivanov is Russian. Which city is he from? He's from St. Petersburg. And what is Sergey's occupation? He's a senior manager at Megaphone. Now let's look at the next business card, Vicky Domang. Where is Vicky from? Vicky Domang is French. And what city is she from? She's from Paris. And what's Vicky's occupation? She's an accountant at Asfar Consulting. Let's look now at how we form the verb to be. We start with the subject, I, and the verb am, and then we'll use the nationality Spanish. So repeat these sentences after me. I'm Spanish. He's Spanish. She's Spanish. It's Spanish. We're Spanish. You're Spanish. And they're Spanish. Now look at this next exercise to practice using the verb to be. Let's compare affirmative and negative sentences for a second. I am American, or I am not from New York. Carlos is Spanish, and he is not from Madrid. We simply need to add the word not. Wasn't that easy? Okay, so to make negative sentences, all we have to do is add the word not. But how do we make the shortened versions? We wouldn't normally say, I am not Italian. The short version would be, I'm not Italian. But look at the next examples. The long version is, he is not Italian. And there are two ways to make this one shorter. He's not Italian, or he isn't Italian. And look at the verb are. For example, we are not Italian is way too long to be used in spoken language, so we could say, we're not Italian, or we aren't Italian. Let me show you now how to make questions using the verb to be. When we make questions, we change the word order. First we begin with the verb and then the subject, and we put more stress on the verb. So listen as I read this first question. Am I Australian? Or, is he Australian? Can you try to repeat after me the same question with more stress on the verb to be? Is he Australian? And then in the third case, are they Australian? Let's look now at how we use countries and nationalities. On this table, you'll see a flag representing each country, then the name of the country, and the nationality. There are some common patterns in forming nationalities in English. For example, Brazil is the name of the country, and we add IAN, Brazilian, to make the nationality. Or Sweden, and we add ISH, Swedish. Also, Oman, we could add I at the end, Omani. And Japan, which ends with an ESE, Japanese. There are some others that are quite irregular, such as Greece and Greek. Let's practice using these nationalities now. Do you remember Sergey and Vicky from the business cards at the beginning of this lesson? Let's see now how Sergey and Vicky introduce themselves. We'll start with Vicky. Good morning. I'm Vicky Domingue. I'm an accountant from Paris. I'm in finance. Did you notice the word "an" in front of accountant? Do you know why we use "an"? We use the word "an" in front of the word accountant because accountant begins with a vowel, the letter A. We'll look more closely at this in just a minute. Now let's look at how Sergey introduces himself. Hello, my name's Sergey Ivanov. I'm a manager in St. Petersburg. I'm in sales. In Sergey's example, he uses the word "a" in front of manager. Do you know why it's "a" and not "an" in front of the word manager? Let's go to the next slide to see this difference. So we use the article "a" before words that begin with consonants. Let's look at the first example. He's a receptionist. The consonant here is the letter R. And the second example, I'm a lawyer. And here the second word begins with the letter L. So we use the article "a." But let's look at the next one. She's an accountant. We use the article "an" before words that begin with vowels. And the vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. So look at the second example. You're an engineer. Notice, however, when we use plural nouns, we do not use an article. Let's look at these next examples. They're teachers. There is no article before the word teacher, but we have an S on the end because it's plural. And in the next example, we're architects. Let's go over the next two exercises to practice using the articles "a" and "an." Our last topic today is possessive pronouns. You already know the subject pronouns, I, you, he, she, we, and they. Let's look now at making possessive pronouns. My, your, his, her, our, and their. We use possessive pronouns to show possession. For example, my boss is Spanish, or his wife is Italian. You'll find more exercises on the GBE website to practice using possessive pronouns, subject pronouns, and the verb to be. That concludes our presentation for today. Thank you for joining me, and see you again tomorrow.